so today I want us to look at God's love and the goodness of God within the context of a Nigerian song written by a lady called Teniola Apata. She's more popularly known as Tenny. The song is a hit song called Case. And it is about this young woman telling another young man just how madly in love she is with him. She's so in love with him that she's willing to do anything for him. What is striking is that the love she expresses in the song is a sacrificial love. It's like the love that God throughout His Word has tried to express to us and continues to express to us. And so this morning, it is my prayer that through the lyrics of this song, we will come to understand what Paul said in Ephesians chapter 3 verse 18, where he's talked about how wide, how long, how high, and how deep the love of Christ is for us. The song opens by declaring a violently protective love for this man. She begins it by saying, I slap police for your case, so I go to war for your case, so I go to court for your case, so for your case, so that by the time we are dealing with the police, it means that we are the ones who have done something wrong. But the songwriter, like God, is not concerned about what this man has done wrong. Whatever it is, she is ready to throw herself into the fight to protect her love interest. Likewise, the love of God is a protective love. It protects us from harm and danger. Exodus chapter 14, verse 13 to 14 says, the Egyptians you see today, you will never see them again. The Lord will fight for you, and you need only be still. In other words, we don't need to fight for ourselves. So even if we have broken the law, even if we are in court over a money matter, over a land matter, or whatever the matter is, we don't need to scheme, look for some big man or some big woman to sort it out for us, because we have God. The songwriter then continues in the second verse by professing her love with the words, I climbed the bridge for your case, so enter water for your case, so anything you want, brother, get for you, my sister, for your case, so for your case, so the bridge she's talking about is the third mainland bridge in Lagos. It is the longest of 3 bridges that connect Lagos Island to mainland Lagos. Now, if you know anything about Lagos, that bridge is about 12 kilometers long. That is like going from here to Accra Mall. Now, to get from here to Accra Mall should take about 20 minutes. But in Lagos, to cross that bridge takes about 4 hours because of the quantum of traffic on the bridge. And that is the point the songwriter is making. That even though there are clear land and water obstacles between she in Jamestown and this man at Accra Mall, she will do whatever it takes to cross the bridge and get to him. Be it to climb the bridge or to enter the water under the bridge, she's willing to do it. God demonstrates that same unconditional, unlimited, and powerful love for us. And that is why Paul asked the rhetorical question in Romans chapter 8, verse 35. He said, "Who shall separate us from the love of Christ?" So just like our songwriter will not allow the traffic on the bridge or the water under the bridge to separate her from the one she loves, God will not allow the evil men do to separate us from him. God's love is an everlasting love which is willing to make any sacrifice for us. So just like the songwriter says, God declares to us, anything you want for your case, I will do it for you. The songwriter continues by informing this young man that her father is not Dangote, neither is he Adeleke, but she says we go there okay. Many of us have come to believe in the prosperity gospel. We believe that in the absence of money and great possessions, that our lives are not fulfilled and that God has not blessed us. But what God has not promised is guaranteed wealth. Wealth may come or it may not. But what is promised and guaranteed is that when we accept the offer of Christ's love, then there's no need for us to be anxious about anything. But in everything, by prayer and petition and thanksgiving, we can present our requests to God. And when we do that, the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will keep our hearts and our minds at peace in Christ Jesus. In other words, we go day okay. Theologians teach us that the valley of the shadow of death was actually a nickname for a place that was full of crime. Many people were ambushed and robbed over there, earning it the nickname the valley of the shadow of death. Very much like Kaukudi Junction, which earned its name because way back, people used to be robbed, and the thieves would often demand in Hausa, Kaukudi, bring the money. Likewise, Oshodi, which is mentioned in the song, is a real place in Lagos, which has a very high crime rate. People generally try to avoid Oshodi. But because of love, this woman says, I go Oshodi for your case. But not only is she willing to go to Oshodi, she says, I go slap Agberu for your case. Now the seriousness of this statement is that the Agberu boys are thugs in Lagos whose job is to identify people to rob, people to steal from. These are the kinds of guys who use car spare parts for bodybuilding. They are not softies. They are hardened criminals. And yet for love, this woman says, I will confront them. You see, her pledge to go to Oshodi and even to fight if she has to is the same pledge God makes to us in Isaiah chapter 43, where he says, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. God is with us.
Amen.
If we are walking through the fires of unpaid school fees or unpaid medical bills, God is with us and He will provide for us.
Amen.
And so, like the songwriter says, what on earth are we waiting for? Why, despite all these promises and the proof of love that God has shown us, are we still holding off? But listen to what the songwriter says.
So tell me, what on earth are you waiting for? If not to chop indomie, we go chop. If not to soak in curry, we go soak. So tell me, what on earth are you waiting for? If not to fry akara, we go fry. If not to soak akamu, we go soak.
She says, if not to chop indomie, we go chop. If not to soak gari, we go soak. You see, God is God. He says, I am the I am. But it does not mean that He's too big for us, that He doesn't care what state we are in. The songwriter says, if not to fry akara, we go fry. If not to soak akamu, we go soak. God is willing to come to us, to come down to our level, to the pit of hell where we are, if that's what it takes to rescue us. As we listen to this simple pidgin English song, it is my prayer that in it you will hear the unconditional love of God expressed to us in a way that will make us remember that no matter what situation we find ourselves in, no matter how down we feel, no matter how lost we feel, no matter how much the world or even the church has abandoned us, as long as Wana Papa be God the Father Almighty, we go day okay.
Amen. Amen. Police for your case, so I go to war for your case, so I go to court for your case, so enter water for your case, so I climb the bridge for your case, so I come to judge for your case, so anything you want, brother, get for you, my sister, for your case, so for your case, so for your case, so. So tell me, what the hell are you waiting for? If not to chop indomie, if not to soak in curry, what the hell are you waiting for? If not to fry akara, if not to soak akamu, for your queso, for your queso, for your queso. But we go there.